Thanks, Chandler. Well, according to the World Health Organization, about 1 in 7 children live with a disability, and a Columbia mom is making sure their stories are seen and celebrated. Melanie Ray's new book, My Sweet Sunflower Girl, is a heartfelt story about imagination, inclusion, and the love between a mother and her child.
Oh, I love that. She's also the founder of Victoria's Place and an advocate for children with special needs. Melanie, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we talked about Victoria's Place. Talk about what it is and what it does for the community.
Sure. Victoria's Place is named after my daughter, Victoria. She has a dual diagnosis of Down syndrome and autism. And we're for the arts, so we have reading program, we have sports, we added modeling. Each year we have an annual fashion show, which we bring awareness to all children with disabilities. So this will be our 4th annual. We also have pet therapy, and we also have a magazine that we do bi-monthly to feature children with disabilities, caregivers, and siblings.
Wow.
Awesome. And speaking of also those efforts, a new book that you've written here, My Sweet Sunflower Girl. Tell us about the inspiration.
Well, my inspiration, of course, was my daughter, Victoria. She inspired me, and she's my sweet sunflower girl.
Yeah.
And I would say that because sunflowers are our favorite flower because they're bright, they make you happy and joyful, and so is she. And also, Lola D actually did a photo shoot with us in a magical moment in the sunflower patch and captured the cover for us, so we were able to make it very magical.
Talk about, why you chose to write this book, specifically the bond between you and your daughter. Talk about, how that plays out in this book.
The reason for me writing this book, because I tried to capture moments that we have together, also through imagination. She's nonverbal, so I wanted to include different things, like she likes dinosaurs, she likes mermaids, like put on our mermaid tail. She has a favorite prayer book where she goes like this, so she knows a certain page. When I get to that page, she does this, and it's not prayer hands, but she knows, hey, I like this page, and just reading it to her, it was just so much fun because I saw just her smile, like she knew that said, like, that's me, pointing. So that was really helpful.
Absolutely. And to see that smile on a child, I know, means everything. So talk about why it was important to include both, sign language and other sensory elements in the book as well.
It was important for me to do sign language because Victoria communicates through all communication. She uses a communication device, so I thought it was important. And she also does sign language. I wanted to do like different sensories. She also does sensory, different sensory elements. So I want to kind of capture that moment with her. I know a nonverbal child can get frustrated not being able to communicate, so I just thought that was really good. I know at home she has a therapy brush which that calms her down, soft to rough objects she likes, so I can better help her and communicate, and I feel like all forms of communication is really helpful with Victoria. So.
And talk about, people who purchase your book, what you hope they take away from the message inside.
I would love people to know that children with disabilities matter, and that I also put in the book, at the end of the book, that you're beautifully made. You're God's creation. Like, your disability doesn't define you. I put in the book for Victoria, Down syndrome and autism does not define who you are. You're brave, you're strong, and our motto at Victoria's Place is no hurry, it's no worry at Victoria's Place. And it's come as you are. So that's our motto, and reach for the sky. The sky's the limit. So we always go by that, and I would love people to know that just because you're different, it's okay. And this book is really helpful, I feel like, in the schools and to help parents as well, because I'm not just a mother, I'm her teacher, her nurse, her therapist. And it just puts a smile on my face. She has therapies every day, and it's not easy being a special needs mother, but I know one day I will hear her voice because I know children with Down syndrome have developmental delays. So I'm very hopeful that she will be talking, and if not, I'll be okay as long as she can communicate through sound, touch, and other aspects in sign language.
Absolutely. She's going to be okay because she has a love like yours,
Yes.
of course, Talk about, when you're talking about moms, parents who have children with disabilities, what are you hoping the message that you would share with them as far as them not being alone and, like you said, showing that inclusion is so important?
I would feel like patience. I feel like Victoria has taught me so much. Without her, it wouldn't be a Victoria's Place. She inspired me to become the person I am, just like I'm her advocate, I'm her voice. These kids need voice. They need people to understand them. And I know sometimes it's kind of hard. So parents, I would just say out there, you're not alone. First of all, patience. Find resources. I am Family Connection Parent Support, parent that help parents when they get the diagnosis, because I know it's hard sometimes. You're alone when you don't have anybody to talk to. And you're also going to reach out to me, Victoria's Place, if you need any parent support or just a talk, because sometimes when you're alone, that's a bad feeling when you feel like you're the only one with a child with disability and you're not. And just to have that friend, and you could kind of go back and say, well, my child had this done. I know Victoria was a NICU baby for 2 months. She had a feeding tube. She didn't have that now, but it's just different things that we went through, and she's grown up to be strong and just blossoming, and and just spread so much joy. She has 2 brothers that she terrorizes. But yeah, she's really my sunflower girl, my sweet sunflower girl. And it took me about 3 years actually. His book published. I was sitting on it, and so I read. I was like, I need to get this book published. I kind of sobbed because it just made me happy reading it. It was such a beautiful. I just put all my heart into the book, and it just really touched me. So.
Just really quickly here, where can people buy the book?
Yes, thank you for asking. Amazon. It is some technical difficulties with Amazon showing the cover, but you still can purchase it. Barnes and Nobles, you are able to see the cover. Walmart. All this is online. Walmart and KDP online.
All right, cool. Melanie, thank you so much for stopping by, sharing your story.
Thank
we are
you
so
so
excited
much
for your new book
for
here.
having me.
And if you have any questions or if you want to get in contact with Melanie, we have all this information on our website. Go there, WISTV.com. Stay with us. More Sunrise after this.